Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I've been going over all of these different summoning creatures and the different summoning videos and everything, and I know that a lot of you who have played this and have already fought the last boss, the new boss, Duke Fishiron, I believe that's his name, Fishiron. Kind of a weird-ass boss, to be perfectly honest. Any of you who have fought him and actually beat him, especially if you beat him several times, will have discovered this interesting little summoning tool, which is the Tempest Staff. Now, the Tempest Staff summons Sharknados to fight for you. Some of you guys may be asking yourself, what in God's name is a Sharknado? Well, if you've ever watched the Sci-Fi Channel, they come up with some really terrible B horror movies. And Sharknado was one of those. And it is a tornado filled with sharks that come out and attack people. One of the stupidest things that I've ever seen in my entire life, but hilarious in and of its own right. So in Terraria it's less funny though, because it's just tornadoes that shoot sharks at people and they just fuck shit up all day, every day. Now some people have said that they like this, they think this is the best summon, hands down. I would disagree. It's not as good as the Ocular Staff. It is pretty good, don't get me wrong, it's definitely good, and you can definitely make this viable. In hard mode, you can completely mess your enemies up using this thing. We'll go ahead and summon the King Slime real quick. Watch them go to town on the King. See, they just shoot so many tornadoes that it's really, really unbelievably good. And it's because of their attack speed. Their attack speed is ridiculous. Their attack speed is absolutely ridiculous. Where did the crowns go? Oh, I threw them down on accident. There we go. So we'll summon another one here. So again, and they penetrate. They go right through enemies, and they do so much damage that it's ridiculous. It's pretty crazy. They may be a little bit better. I think they also they're homing sharks too. I think they home in a little bit, maybe a lot. I can't remember. Yeah, they home in a bit, so they will curve towards the things they're attacking. They're really effective. They don't go well. They don't perfectly go pierce enemies, it would seem. Actually, I guess the sharks explode on contact, so there's just so many of them. It looked like they were piercing enemies, but they don't actually pierce enemies. Now, these things are iffy. Their attack speed is so fast that they do a lot of damage, obviously, and you don't have to do much. You just have them there, and they just constantly shoot sharks at people and just wreck their faces. I like the Optic Staff because they summon doubles, so they're still pretty good, but I think the Sharknado may be better damage-wise. Now this, I have to find out where the hell this King Slime actually spawned at. Where is he? King Slime? Where'd you go, buddy? Or is it because it's night? You may actually have to wait for the next day to summon him again. He may not be here. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll wait till daytime. I think he's one of the bosses that only spawns during the day, which is kind of weird to get used to. So give me 1 second. Yep, so here we go. It's another day, and the King Slime has awoken, and why can't I move? Oh. So there's a King Slime. Now, as you can see, they're going to work on him, and they're pretty quick as well. Not entirely sure which one's faster. The Sharknado may be a little bit faster. Just because. But if it is a little bit faster, it's not by much. So I think that considering the fact that you have to kill Duke Fishiron like God knows how many times in order to actually get the Tempest Staff. First time I killed him, this thing spawned, so it may not be very high. It may have a high drop rate. May not be very rare at all. King Slime Mask is actually really cool, I think. I just like it because it blubs around on my head. I enjoy it. So we got Slime Gun, we got the King Slime Mask, we got the Slime Hook. I'm actually going to have to go over those later. We already know about that stuff. But that's it, guys. So the Tempest Staff. Possibly the best summon in the game. I'm not entirely certain. If you upgrade it, see my Tempest Staff, my Optic Staff has been upgraded to Demonic. My Tempest Staff hasn't been upgraded at all because I found it. And when you find items, they're blank. Whereas you make items, they actually start off with a modifier. So if you upgrade this into Godly, because it doesn't actually use any mana or anything, so mythical isn't the best. If you upgrade it to godly, it may be really, really good, or even demonic, where you just increase the crit chance and the damage overall, because you don't need cast time or or speed or anything like that. So you may be able to get it a lot better, because 13% additional damage on top of that would be really good. So it's probably the best in the game, to be honest. Mostly because the attack speed is so absurd that it's really hard to it's just really hard to mess with. It's got very weak knockback, but that doesn't matter because most of the things are just dead as soon as they get hit. I mean, look at that speed. They just keep firing things nonstop. So there are a few other items if you want to put together a really, really solid summon build, which is what I'm going to be doing. One of my other videos, I'm going to show you guys how to create a really, really powerful summoner. The main thing you're going to want to focus on is, of course, defense, and then just letting your summons do the damage while you stand back and maybe help them out if you want to, or just at least, stay safe. But that is the Tempest Staff. These are the Sharknados, and these are ridiculous. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you want to find a Tempest Staff to get your own Sharknados, you have to fight Duke Fishiron. Which you do by, it's part of the fishing thing. You have to catch a truffle worm and then throw it into the ocean, and its bait power is 666. So after you fish for a little while in the ocean, Duke Fishiron will eventually show up for the truffle worm, and you get to fight him. He's the hardest boss in the game right now, but I mean, one-on-one, most of the bosses are pretty easy to handle at this point. I think the hardest element of the game by far are the surviving the waves, the Christmas, and the Christmas wave by far is the hardest, and then the next one is the Pumpkin Moon wave. Those are really difficult. Everything else is just kind of trivial. But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to do some summoning, this is what you're going to work up to. I think the Spooky set is the best armor set for summons by far, and then next are the Tempest Staff. Once you get that, you're pretty much the boss when it comes to summoning things. So, till next time, guys, this is Sage, and as always, peace.